Alexander-Arnold. Header! Yes!
And on to Sadio Mane. Lovely, absolutely delightful. And here's Firmino, and still, and that's 2-0.
Salah. Oh, he's turned David Luiz inside out. Mo Salah clean through.
Yeah! Salah's still going, and here comes Firmino. Brilliant. Wraps it up for Liverpool in style.
Your weekend starts here with Liverpool unbeaten, top of the table and on a record 13-match winning run. Newcastle are the latest team to try and take something off the rampant Reds, and here's what we've got on the show tonight. Here from August, top man Jurgen Klopp on what makes this team so strong. Adrian tells us how he's coping with the pressure of being at a top club. And Steve Bruce admits he's got the toughest task in football this weekend. And I'm sure he's looking forward to seeing the Scousers again. Plenty more to come then over the next hour. And hello to our viewers on social media who are with us for the first 15 minutes or so. Please get involved in the chat if you're watching that way. Former Liverpool midfielder and 1988 league title winner Nigel Spackman is with us today. And we can't really do much better than we have. 4 games, 4 wins. Been a perfect start for the Reds.
Absolutely, but the frightening thing for everybody else is I don't think we've quite got to the heights that we were last season, but we're winning games. You know, the performance against Arsenal was fantastic. I think we're going to get better and stronger. But it's always worrying when you come back from international duty for a manager to see who's fit, all that travelling, any little injuries. So that's going to be interesting because it's an early game tomorrow. But so far, so good.
We've spent probably 2 weeks looking at the league table. Let's take a look at it again because Liverpool's sitting pretty. And it's what they aim for, Nige, to go in with their noses just ahead into that first international break.
Oh, absolutely. You want to, the thing is, you want to stay there for the whole of the season if you can. And, you know, with Man City there, who are very strong at the moment. Leicester under Brendan Rodgers playing very well. But for ourselves, it's the expectations are, can we go on and win that title? And that's where you want to be in April and May. As Kenny Dalglish said, it's no good being top in August, September. You've got to be top at the end of the season. And that's what everybody, you know, Jurgen and all the players, all the staff are striving to do, and that's what the supporters want. 13
wins on the spin as well. I know there's going to be loads of records that get broken, but that's so impressive.
So impressive, you know. But that's the standard that Liverpool and Man City are bringing to the Premier League at the moment. That's why a lot of the other teams are getting left behind. But also with that home record, was it 42 games unbeaten at Anfield? Just shows you what a fortress it is, which is amazing, So that just shows we're playing good football, but we're resilient as well. And I think, you know, Newcastle, the expectations are that we'll win comfortably, but it doesn't quite happen like that. So we've got to be at our best again tomorrow, ready for the Champions League midweek. And
with that resilience comes 2 wins over Burnley and Arsenal, both very impressive, both different kinds of wins as well for Liverpool, aren't they?
Yeah, because you know how Burnley are going to play. They're going to be very physical. You've got to compete with them. You've got to get your tackles in. You've got to get your headers in. Against Arsenal, who want to play open football, try and hit you on the counter-attack. You know, they had a couple of chances at 0-0. Pepe had a chance for them, but overall we just got our game going, the passing, the movement. And I think at half-time, I think the manager got into the players, said, look, this isn't good enough. We've got to be stronger at the back. We've got to get our movement off the ball better. And I thought second half we were superb.
As fans, when we have these international breaks, when we're on such a good run, they become a bit of a nuisance, and everybody says it's come at such a bad time for Liverpool. Can you form an argument from a player's point of view that sometimes they can be good, despite the fact Liverpool have been on such a good run of form?
Yeah, you want to keep that run going, obviously, but sometimes the international break comes along a bit too early. But some players go, oh no, I need a little change of scenery away from the training ground, a different type of training, mixing with my colleagues who are internationals rather than being with my own team. It's always nice to come back to Melwood and join in again. But sometimes if the break is good, it gives other players, you know, like Shaqiri, who stayed and trained, didn't go away. Salah the same. Mane as well had a little break. So mentally you can switch off from it a bit. It's not just the physical side. But then on the other hand, you have the travelling and the Brazilians. How do they come back? So it's one of those for the managers. You just hope everybody comes back in one piece, ready to go. But for the players, sometimes it's nice just to have that break away from the monotony, as it becomes, of a long, hard season.
We'll update you on the fitness of some of those players that have been back at Melwood as well very soon. But it's been 2 weeks since we had any Premier League action, so let's just remind you what happened last time out at Turf Moor.
Lowton forward, flag stays down. Ashley Barnes' first touch is good. Second's even better. Chris Wood's effort beaten away well. Firmino for Mane. And Salah! It comes back off the woodwork. That's Henderson, that's Salah. And it's... well, the ricochet comes back to the Egyptian and ends up wide. It's a good save by Pope. Henderson, Mane, Salah wait in the middle. Here comes the ball now, deflection and in! Trent Alexander-Arnold's put his hands to the sky, and Liverpool get themselves in luck with a big stroke of luck. And here's Firmino, and it's on to Sadio Mane. Lovely, absolutely delightful. Burnley's captain has gift wrap one for Liverpool there. Salah will go now. Peters the defender. Salah's still going, and here comes Firmino. Brilliant. Wraps it up for Liverpool in style. And that breaks towards Rodriguez, who does get the little break and gets the opportunity. Adrian denies him the goal with a fine hand. Off for Gini Wijnaldum. Good hand by Pope.
For most people's money, Liverpool's real test of the season so far, and coming out with flying colours as well. Let's talk about the front three where they are concerned, and we saw a shot of him there of Sadio Mane. Yeah. We've heard Jamie Carragher say on so many occasions that Liverpool's best left-sided player since the days of John Barnes, which shows his importance, doesn't it?
Well, I think he's scored important goals. This is an important goal. It's the opening goal to get you, on the way to 3 points away at a place like Burnley's always tough. But the goal away at Southampton, where we hadn't played well for 44 minutes and he stuck one in. I think this calendar year, he has been absolutely brilliant. He's stepped it up to maybe the most important player in the team at the moment, I think, with his work rate, his goals, his creativity, his assists. Him and Firmino, for me, have been absolutely brilliant.
A couple of stats, because he's played 50 games at Anfield. You know how much he loves playing at Anfield. 63 goals, 33 of them in the Premier League at Anfield. Wow. Never been on the losing team there. That's
amazing. Well, long may it continue, that's what I say. But I think he's just absolutely brilliant. I think there was a couple of things. I think Samuel Eto'o said this week that, the likes of Mane and Salah will never get the Ballon d'Or because they don't look at the African players enough. And I think he's got a great point to be fair. I think Mane and Salah over the last 2-3 seasons have been absolutely outstanding, but he's playing the best football of his career at the moment. I think he's loving it here. He's enjoying his football. His work rate is sensational, and I think he's one of those players you look to when it's in a really tight game, you're up against it, he can do something special to get you that goal.
His mate as well, Mo Salah, who won Player of the Month, Liverpool's Player of the Month for August as well. He loves these awards. You might think they get tossed to one side, but he actually loves winning awards, which again is a striker's kind of fashion, isn't it, these days? But how impressive has he been already this term?
I think there's a few builders around Liverpool who are really happy at the moment, because some of the lads having to build extensions to fit all these awards in, aren't they? And Jurgen himself. But I think Mo Salah, some of the goals he scored. I look at Mo at the moment, when he's coming inside on his left foot, you know what he's going to do as a defender, you know what he's going to do as a goalkeeper. He's going to bend it in that bottom corner, but they still can't stop him going in. He's that accurate with the finish. I mean, I know there's been a little bit, said in the newspapers about maybe him not passing enough, but when you're in that mode and you want to score goals, you've got the goals, that most of the time you're actually finding the back of the net. People can't knock you for that, but his work rate has been good as well. So all round, I would have gone for Mane for Player of the Month, but Mo's right up there as well.
Good to have so many competing. One player in the squad who has a perfect record, Adrian's played 4 and won 4 Premier League games and has a Super Cup winners medal. It's not been a bad start to Liverpool life.
Pedro, Kovacic again. Splendid stop by Adrian.
That breaks towards Rodriguez, who does get the little break. Adrian denies him the goal with a fine hand.
Ward-Prowse at the latest corner. Oh, it's brilliant! What a save by Adrian!
For me, I'm really proud to get the last few games winning, and we are in a good moment. We are like a rock all together now, manager and staff, players, fans. The club is living a great moment, so we need to keep fighting for this and to keep that momentum going for all the league. Obviously, the expectations are really high because we did really well at the beginning, the last month, but we need to keep on the top if we want to keep at the end of the season and to win the league. We need to be the 200% every game in Premier League. So now we need to be focused in Premier League on Saturday. They will come here at Anfield to try to win the 3 points, but as I said before, we have a good squad, good team. We are preparing really well this week. We have enough time. The international player coming right now, so I think we are ready to fight for the 3 points at Anfield and to win it.
How important was last week for you then?
Great. It was very important to have field training, like to finish like fit 100%, and obviously training with that different mind in your head, you know, more relaxed, with the goalkeeper coach talking about goalkeeping position, about our philosophy and the style of play. So some information for me that is great in that moment.
Has it been an easy dressing room to settle into with those characters?
Yeah, very easy. You have a big names there in the dressing room, but everyone is very kind. The moment that I came, they opened their arms to me like a good friend, like, "Hi, Adrian here, welcome to Liverpool and to our team." And it's easy to play with them. Obviously, you are in front of one of the best players in the world, the best defender, midfielder, attacker. So now from the back, I need to help. In the occasion that I have won, Ali did really well last season, obviously on a national team as well. So I came here to fight for the spot as well, and I'm showing that I'm more than ready to fight and to help the team. And will be the manager decision then, but it's healthy competition will be great for the club. We want to win everything, and we wanted to get the maximum title as we can. So obviously the Premier League is focused this season because we are doing really well, but as I say, it's too long. Every game is a battle. So we have a good battle at home on Newcastle, but we have another competition that we need to be focused. So for this important year, the squad have to be ready, not just the starting 11, because we need to all the players ready for the opportunity there.
Well, he's a great lad. He was a guest on LFC Later last night and said that they were sat there with the Super Cup, and Jordan Henderson said someone's going to have to take the cup, and he slept with the cup in his bed alongside him.
I bet he can't believe what's happened to him, can he? From, you know, West Ham, you know, did they offer him a contract? Didn't they? And then suddenly he ends up at Liverpool because Simon Meunier moves on, and you go, well, suddenly you're in the team, coming on in the first half an hour of the opening game of the season, and he's been superb. Yeah. And you know, Alisson have big boots to fill, and he's done well up to now. But when Alisson's suddenly coming back, then the pressure builds on you to compete at that level. But I think he knows that once Alisson's fit, he'll be back on the bench. Two
big moments, obviously the Super Cup, and people talk about his mistake against Southampton, but he's made some really big saves at big moments in games already.
Absolutely, he was superb against Burnley early on. He made a couple of really good saves. I think you know, his distribution isn't quite up to Alisson's distribution standards, but he's getting better at that. I think they're working with him in training on that one. It's an understanding with the back fours getting better, and that's what you want as a manager. But he's made some important saves. He's made a really important save against Arsenal at 0-0 when Pepe got through, and he didn't dive in too early, stood up well and then smothered that one. So yeah, all round it's really going well for him at the moment.
He spent last week at Melwood. He said it was really important for him to spend that time with John Achterberg, but also missing sessions because of the bizarre injury that he got in the Super Cup at the end and the celebrations as well. But his stats have always been good. His passing accuracy rates have gone up, showing that he's adapted to the way Liverpool play, and he's had to do that quickly as well.
Well, I think that's what you've got to do as an individual, but you know, more importantly as a goalkeeper, if you want to play out from the back, you've got to be confident in possession. You've got to work hard at that. It doesn't come just overnight, and John Achterberg's worked hard with him, but credit to Adrian that he knows he's got to do that. If he's to push to stay in the team for as long as possible, when Alisson's coming back, they don't have to throw him in, that he's got to keep those standards high. And that's good, because what you want is competition for places.
He has to keep those standards high for about the next 4 weeks as well. We'll update you on the situation with Alisson, but it seems like he's going to be out until the next international break. Our Facebook viewers are leaving us now, but if you're watching on LFC TV, please stay tuned, as there's lots more to come, including the best bits from the boss's pre-match press conference. Back soon.
This club is wonderful, but it was always wonderful. Just the atmosphere was not always like this because of different things. Now we have quite a good basis, and we have to use it and to improve it and all that stuff. And then the boys have no reason to leave.